The Rock returned to WWE last night at Bad Blood, but is he actually back? And was Bad Blood a good show on the whole? Well, in my opinion, it started with a perfect opening, a mediocre middle, and a great ending. But I'm going to break all of that down. Welcome to Allison Analysis. I'm Ben Allison, and here are my 5 key findings for last night's WWE Bad Blood PLE. In at number 5, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre revived the Hell in a Cell stipulation. Heading into the event, CM Punk said that he wanted to bring back the prestige, the violence to the Hell in a Cell stipulation, because let's face it, over the last 5 or so years, with some exceptions such as Rollins vs. Cody, a lot of Hell in a Cell matches are massively underdelivered. But Punk and McIntyre lived up to the hype. The match was brutal, the stipulation was justified, it was everything that makes a Hell in a Cell match great, and it didn't just feel like it was a Hell in a Cell match because of the time of year or because of the event name. And there was so much blood in this match, more blood than I've seen in a WWE match for quite some time. But the blood was justified, and blood can be such a great tool in professional wrestling. It can be used to tell a story, and when done well, it's brilliant. When overdone, it becomes a bit cringe. But in this scenario, I think it was done perfectly. CM Punk selling after the match was also just gold, right? Usually after a match in WWE, one of my pet peeves is that the winner, they seem almost unhurt. They're celebrating, they seem fine suddenly, despite the fact that 2 minutes before, it seemed like they were done for. But CM Punk came out of that structure and collapsed on the ramp. So where do both of these guys go from here? I think CM Punk's going to take a couple of months off, recover, and then come back after Seth Rollins has feuded with Bronson Reed, and then do Rollins and Punk heading into the Royal Rumble, and then WrestleMania as well. But as for Drew McIntyre, I think he's going to be entering a feud with the Wyatt Six. I think he is their next victim, and I'm really looking forward to that if that is the case. In at number 4, the Judgment Day story is now a mess. I said going into this event that both Finn Balor and Liv Morgan needed wins here. They needed that to legitimize this faction, to make this new version of the Judgment Day look strong. And of course not clean wins, but just wins. Cheat to win, that's completely fine, but you need to win. But instead, Finn Balor lost, and Liv Morgan lost by DQ after one of the dumbest finishes to a Triple H PLE match. Considering the amount of time which Finn Balor and Damian Priest was teased for, which was built for, I thought this match would feel like a huge deal. But heading into the show, it kind of felt like the most unimportant match. So I only presumed that this match, it would just be the start of their feud. Balor would win, he'd cheat to win, and it would continue with Damian Priest eventually winning. But nope, Finn Balor tried to cheat, and he failed and lost anyway. And as for Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, the match itself was actually really good. I was really enjoying it. Sure, Dominic in the shark cage kind of took away from the match a bit. He did, because these two women were putting on a great match. But I understand it, right? I understand he's a big part of the storyline. I personally don't have a huge issue with that. But what I do have a huge issue with is the finish. Why, oh why, would the referee say to Rhea Ripley, "Hey Rhea, yeah, you know what, it's completely fine, you go out of the ring, you deserve this, I won't count you." What? That's some of the dumbest booking, dumbest whatever I've ever seen. The state of officiating in the Premier League is better. And listen, it's great to see Raquel Gonzalez back, it makes a lot of sense, I don't have an issue with it, but a DQ finish on a PLE, come on, we could do better. It should have been Raquel helped her win and then Rhea lost, but not cleanly. You didn't need to do a DQ. And then to make it worse, Raquel put Liv on top of Rhea as if the referee was going to come down and pin her, but I don't think she worked out that the bell had already rung and it was a DQ. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I'm really worried these two feuds can't recover from this show. In at number 3, the off-screen Kevin Owens heel turn was absolutely genius. Doing a heel turn after an event, off-screen, in a place where fans are clearly around so they can film it, it's brilliant. Why is it brilliant? Well, because you know fans are going to record it. You know social media is going to go crazy about it. And then next week on SmackDown, you have something to talk about out of the gates. It was something different. It was something unique. And I love that. But like I said, they do need to make sure they recap this on SmackDown. Otherwise, they'll do exactly what I complain about AEW doing, and they'll presume that every fan goes on social media, or at least on their social media, and has WWE all over their feeds, which isn't necessarily the case. But while I absolutely love this concept, and I love the execution of it too, it probably should have happened on a different night. As after Bad Blood, WWE didn't need more social media engagement. They already had The Rock, they already had Goldberg, they already had a new championship, they already had an absolutely brilliant Hell in a Cell match. I don't think they needed any more social media engagement, because this was kind of overshadowed by everything else. Whereas if it was after an episode of SmackDown, or quite frankly, pretty much any other PLE, it would have felt like a much bigger deal online. But regardless, I'm so excited to see a heel Kevin Owens once again. I have missed that side of him. In at number 2, the Crown Jewel Championship is an absolutely stupid idea. Out of the gates, this means that we're going to see Cody Rhodes versus Gunther next month, which sounds like a great idea until you realize one of them is going to lose and make their championship feel weaker for a whole year. And the same in the women's division with Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. And hey, I understand you could have somebody cost them and advance a storyline doing it that way. But what, are you going to do that twice at this event every year? Because they've already announced this is going to be a yearly event. And yes, I know Survivor Series did this for a few years, but that was under Vince McMahon. We basically knew Lesnar was going to win every year, and it was stupid then. But since taking over creative, Triple H has done such a brilliant job of bringing prestige back to these championships. And this risks all of that, and it'll risk it every single year. It's so stupid. And very rarely do I get this passionately annoyed about wrestling, because I love it and I hate complaining about it. But this idea, it's stupid, it's going to hurt the product, and it's just for a good one-off match at an event. That's it. And it's going to throw away a year of good creative. I'm not happy about it at all. Also, the belt looks awful. In at number 1, I don't think we're going to see The Rock again until 2025. Last night, after a crazy good main event at Bad Blood, where we saw Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes defeat Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu with some help from Jimmy Uso, we saw The Rock return and stared down the three men. Before The Rock did the cutthroat sign. So, does this mean The Rock's done with Roman? I think so. I think The Rock sees this as Roman Reigns betraying his family by bringing Cody Rhodes into it, by getting Cody Rhodes involved instead of doing a tribal combat match just between him and Solo. But who knows, maybe I'm wrong and that's the brilliance of this. The Rock came out for 30 seconds? Did next to nothing apart from a sign with his hands, and yet we're talking about it. It's generating a buzz, it's generating theories, and it makes us excited for what will happen next. But I do think we're going to have a bit of a while to wait. Because despite him returning at Bad Blood, I don't think we're going to see him again in WWE until 2025. As over the next few months, The Rock has quite a few different films to finish and all of that type of thing, so no way they're going to let him get physical during that time. And sure, he could appear on shows, but will he have the time to do that? I don't think so. And as much as I'd love to see Cody versus The Rock at the Rumble and then Rock versus Reigns at Mania, if I'm being completely truthful, I'm not sure if we're going to see Rock until Mania in terms of an in-ring action. But yeah, overall, I thought Bad Blood was a blast. The middle, there was a couple of moments in it, but the start was absolutely terrific with that exceptional Hell in a Cell match, and the ending, well, it speaks for itself. And I think everybody, including myself, thought this was going to be a B tier pay-per-view, but it was anything but. It was such a big event. But if you guys did enjoy my analysis, please leave a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!